ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ॐ
ईश्वरो
ईश्वरो
गुरुरात्मेति
गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ सहना
भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम्।
ॐ
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन
ग्रथितां
पुराणमुनिना
मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
यं
ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदोक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
सन्न्यासस्य महाबाहो
सन्न्यासस्य महाबाहो
तत्त्वमिच्छामि वेदितुम्।
तत्त्वमिच्छामि वेदितुम्।
त्यागस्य च ऋषिकेश
त्यागस्य च ऋषिकेश
पृथक् केशिनिषूदन
पृथक् केशिनिषूदन।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
काम्यानां कर्मणान्यासम्
काम्यानां कर्मणां न्यासम्
सन्न्यासं कवयो विदुः।
सन्न्यासं कवयो विदुः।
सर्वकर्मफलत्यागम्
सर्वकर्मफलत्यागम्
प्राहुस्त्यागं विचक्षणाः।
विचक्षणाः।
त्याज्यं दोषवदित्येके
त्याज्यं दोषवदित्येके
कर्म प्राहुर्मनीषिणः।
कर्म प्राहुर्मनीषिणः।
यज्ञदानः तपः कर्म
यज्ञदानतपः कर्म
न त्याज्यमिति चापरे।
न त्याज्यमिति चापरे।
निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र
निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र
त्यागे भरतसत्तम।
त्यागे भरतसत्तम।
त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र
त्यागो हि पुरुषव्याघ्र
विविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः।
त्रिविधः सम्प्रकीर्तितः।
यज्ञदानः तपः कर्म
यज्ञदानतपः कर्म
न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत्।
न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत्।
यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव
यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव
पावनानि मनीषिणाम्।
पावनानि मनीषिणाम्।
एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि
एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि
सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च
सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च
कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ।
कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ।
निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्।
निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्।
18th chapter, and Arjuna again has raised the same question. He said, still I need a more clarification between sannyasah tyagasya cha. So he says, Arjuna, he says, Tattvam ichhami veditu. I would like to know the truth. And veditu means to know, ichhami means I want, tattva means the truth. And in which manner? Pruthak means distinctly. And about what? So sannyasasya tattvam, tyagasya cha tattvam, the truth of sannyasa and truth of tyaga. O Keshava, or O Lord, please tell me distinctly. This question was asked by our Arjuna, and Bhagwan has started to give the answer as usual. He never gives direct answer. So we have seen, Astadasha. So Bhagwan says, there is a one word is called Nyasam. If you have checked, even before Rudram, Nyasam word, Nyasah or Nyasam, whatever may come. So Nyasah actually. So the meaning of Nyasa, if we go, some grammatically, so there is a one verb in Sanskrit, as, means to throw, to give up. In fourth conjugation, asyate. So to give up. To this as, this one krudanta is called ganj. It is a masculine krudanta, is added. So because of this, as become asah. And ganj is masculine, so asah. And then asah means giving up, same abstract noun. And to this asah, ni prefix is added. So ni plus asah, nishchayena, giving up. So one who has given up with proper manner, with a certain mind. So this becomes yansandhi and becomes nyasah. So again, the meaning of nyasah is also giving up. That's why Bhagwan has used, there are two types of nyasam. So tyagah. So tyagah, nyasam and sannyasa, both are same meaning. So that's why Bhagwan says, karmanam nyasam, and which type of? Kamyanam. A karma which based on the desired action. One who has given up the desired action, this is called sannyasam. And a people who has given up the result of all karma are called tyagam. Some kavayaha and vichakshanaha, the meaning is the wise people. Sometimes kavi we say, and sometimes vichakshana. So vichakshanaha or kavayaha, they say one who has given up kamya karma is called sannyasa, and one who has given up all karma are called tyagam. Really speaking, yesterday also I have told, when we take sannyasa, then they have no right to desire for one individual desire. Then that sannyasi is given to word, that sannyasi is surrendered to Ishvara or scriptures. There is no particular desire. That's why kamyanam karmanam nyasam, sannyasam. But tyagaha means the giving up the result of all karma, maybe nitya, naimitic and kamya, or all called tyagaha. That we have seen yesterday. And Bhagavan says, this is Arjuna's, this third verse. And Bhagavan has picked up one more topic and he says, Tyajyam doshavat iti eke karma prahu manishinah. Yagnadana tapak karma na tyajyam iti cha apare. So I just put Anvaya. So eke manishinaha. Some people, eke means some, manishinaha means a people who has some discrimination. So wise people, prahuhu, they say, doshavat karma tyajyam iti. So doshavat karma tyajyam. A karma which is have some defect should give up. Tyajyam should give up. And apare cha ahu. And in second line, this chapare means apare cha. Prahuhu is not given, but we can put into bracket for our understanding. Apare cha prahuhu yagnadana tapak karma natyajya. These three activity should not give up by any grihastha. And yesterday we see Bhashyam, we are not going into detail, but this Sankhya philosophy, this is based on Sankhya philosophy, and Sankhya people says there are some karma which has some defect. Such karma should be given up. And another they say dosha. What is the meaning of dosha? So we are performing some karma according to our raga dvesha. Such action which is with raga dvesha consider as a doshavat. Such karma tyajyam. So that karma one should given up. And another people, they say, and particularly Shankaracharya has mentioned, one is given to Gnana Nishtham, means one is given to Vedanta. They say one should not give up in lifetime. Yagna dana tapak karma natyajya. One should not give up all three because all consider as a purifier of our mind. So yagna dana tapak karma natyajyam. And another which dosh, I have said one dosha is raga dvesha, and another dosha Shankaracharya has mentioned is bandha hetutvat. It is a cause of the bondage. Because papa punya we incur, and this papa punya is the preparation of next birth. That's why it's considered as a bondage. That's why it should give up. And this is Sankhyadi Drashti. This is the vision of Sankhya. And then they are going in detail. So I think we should give up everything. It goes on and on. Up to here. Last portion I have kept. So Shankaracharya has said, Tasmat karmani adhikrutan prati eva eshah sannyasa tyaga vikalpah. So last, after all arguments, Shankaracharya says, this in karma, one who are qualifying adhikrutan, so one who is qualified for karma, for that people only sannyasa tyaga vikalpa. So one who are still are bonding with karma, for such people sannyasa and tyaga option is given. Vikalpa means option. Because still they give weightage to karma. But like Jad Bharata, even you know the story of Padmapadacharya, they don't have any type of attachment with karma. Whatever they do, like they do. So for karma is qualified for whom? So it says sannyasa and tyaga vikalpaha. The option of sannyasa and tyaga for which people? Karmani adhikrutan, one who are qualified for karmas. But tu means whereas ye tu parmartha darshinah sankhyaha tesham gnana nisthayam eva sarva karma sannyasa lakshanayam adhikarah na anyatra. And there are the people ye tu parmartha darshinah. One of those people, one who knows what is the truth of this body, what is the truth of this world, these people are called Darshinaha, a seer of the truth. For such, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, all people. These people are called Sankhyaha. This Sankhya is not that Sankhya philosophy, but we have seen this definition in second chapter, Samyak Khyayate Sa Sankhyaha. One who knows everything here is nothing but one Ishvara, are called Sankhyaha. Such people, Tesham, for such people, Gnana Nishtayam Eva. They are totally committed for whom? Knowledge only, self-knowledge only. And for such people, Sarva Karma Sannyasa Lakshanayam Adhikaraha Na Anyatra. For such people, what is their qualification? What should they do? So it says only one thing, Sarva Karma Sannyasa. Really speaking, Sarva Karma Sannyasa is for sannyasi, and we can say Gnana Nishta sannyasi. So one who is given up all karma, but is not that they are sitting in one cave, but the meaning of Sarva Karma Sannyasa means no doership. 100% no doership are called Sarva Karma Sannyasa. And this non-doership may be in Grihastha also, may be in Sannyasa also. That we have to. Only sannyasi has no right Sarva Karma. Even Janaka Raja, King Janaka, considered as a Sarva Karma Sannyasi because he has no attachment. Same way Shankaracharya. So for Gnana Nishtaya, this option of sannyasa and tyaga only for the people who give weightage to karma, but a people who is committed to self-knowledge, for such people, sarva karma sannyasa lakshanayam eva adhikaraha na anyatra, no anywhere else. Anyatra means anywhere else, na anyatra iti. And Shankaracharya says again, te na vikalpa arhaha. They are not given to any option. So we can't say Janaka Raja has done something. Janaka Raja is lok. It is in third chapter. What was that? He is doing all his activity for a technical word. Like Krishna is said
Loka Sangraha.
Loka Sangraha. So they are doing only for Loka Sangraha. So there is a no doership. No doership is called Sarva Karma Sannyasa. That's why in third chapter, Bhagavan has said clearly, to achieve this Sarva Karma Sannyasi, two lifestyle, Sannyasa lifestyle, Grihastha lifestyle. Gnana Yoge Lokesmin Dvidha Nishta Pura Prokta Maya Naga Gnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. The meaning is to achieve this level for Sarva Karma Sannyasa, you can lead a life as a sannyasi also, and you can live a life like Karma Yogi also. Grihastha, both can achieve. And for Karma Yogi, Karma Yogi, our Janaka, is the example. Even Jad Bharata is the example for sannyasi. Even our Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, even though they are considered as not sannyasi. And for sannyasi, Shankaracharya ji, we can give the example. But the main thing is one should have non-doership. This is Sarva Karma Sanya. It is called Sarva Karma Sanya. It is not giving up all karma, but there is a no doership. Akarmani karma ya pashyat karmani cha karmaya. That line on 18th in 4th chapter. That's why Shankaracharya says this all discussion is here. That's why I am not going in detail. And they say last is te means these people, one who are given to Sarva Karma Sannyasa Lakshana Gnana Nishtha. So for those people there is a no vikalpa arhaha. Arhaha means they deserved for no any option. Sannyasa, tyaga, no option. They are given to only non-doership, sarva karma sannyasa. And now Bhagavan says in fourth verse, Tatra eteshu vikalpa bedeshu. Tatra means in that subject matter. Tasmin vishaye eteshu. In such vikalpa bedeshu. So now Bhagavan will say sannyasa may be three type. Means tyagaha means three type. Sattva, rajas and tamas. So that's why vikalpa bedeshu. So in fourth, Bhagavan says, Nishchayam shrunu me tatra tyage bharata sattama tyagaha hi purusha vyagra trividaha samprakirtitaha. So again two adjective, bharata sattama purusha vyagra. Bharata sattama tama pratyaya superlative degree, one who is the greatest among the descendant of Bharata clan. It's called Bharata Sattama. In Vyagra is called tiger. And generally we say tiger has no fear. So fearless. Same way Purusha Vyagraha means among Purusha, one who is like a Vyagra, a person who doesn't have any fear. So fearless is called Purusha Vyagra. So Bhagavan says, He Bharata Sattama, He Purusha Vyagra, Me Nishchayam Shrunu. So Me means Mama. Nishchayam, my conclusion. Shrunu, may you listen. And in which matter? Tatra Tyage. Tatra means Tasmin, Tyage, Vishaya Saptami. In the subject matter of to giving up Tyagaha, please, may nishchayam shrunu, may you listen my conclusion. And he says, tyagaha trividaha samprakirtitaha. So he says this tyagaha, giving up, is threefold. It's explained very well. Prakirtita, or we can say it is a famous very well, properly, samprakirtitaha. And it is threefold. So Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. This threefold will come, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So again I have just, this is the most important thing. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji will say, Tyagaha is equal to Sannyasaha. And Tyagaha and Sannyasaha, which is the goal? So Sarva Karma Sannyasa is the goal. And what is the meaning of Sarva Karma Sannyasa? Is equal to Akarta, non-doership. I am not body, I am not subtle body, this body is doing everything, I am not body. This ultimate understanding is called Sarva Karma Sannyasa, non-doership. And to reach this level or to understand this, we can have two lifestyles. One is called sannyasa and another is called gruhastha. Gruhastha, Bhagavan has given the name Karma Yogi. So one who has given the importance for moksha. This is the main thing, but still Arjuna is not understand and he doesn't want to understand that we don't know. Because he is interested in sannyasa. That's why Bhagavan says tyagaha trividaha. So one can give up is in threefold. And what are the name? So now Bhagavan says nishchayam shrunu. Nishchayam means conclusion. Shrunu means avadharaya. May you ascertain. Avadharaya, from whom may is given. So Shankaracharya said the meaning of may is mama vachanat. From my words may you listen is certainty. And he says tatra tyage. In that tatra, so Shankaracharya says, what is the meaning of tatra? Tyaga sannyasa vikalpe. There is a two option in tyaga and sannyasa yatha darshite, which is shown as above. Everything Bharata Sattama. So Tyage then Bharata Sattama. It says Bharatanam Sadhutamaha. Bharatanam. So in Arjuna's, that whole, this Bharata, King Bharata is a descendant of everything. Is called Bharatanam Sadhutama, who is the best. Sadhu is not Bhagava, but Sadhu is one who is the best. Is called Bharata Sattama. And now Shankaracharya is clarified. He says Tyagaha hi Tyaga Sannyasa Shabda Vach. Now Shankaracharya is clarifying what is the meaning of Tyagaha. So he says Tyagaha Sannyasa Shabda Vachyaha. There are two names or two words we have been using. One is called Tyaga and one is called Sannyasa. Shabda is word, Vachyaha we are using, and Yaha Arthaha. Whatever the meaning of Tyaga and Sannyasa, Sa Ekaha Eva. This is only one. There is no option. Both are one and same. Ekaha Eva. So Sa Ekaha, this is the main. Sa Eka Eva Arthaha. The meaning of Tyaga and Sannyasa, both are one and one only. Abhipretya aha. So having considered like this, Bhagavan says Tyagaha word only. Bhagavan never used sannyasa and Tyagaha separately. That's why Bhagavan has used Tyagaha only. Abhipretya aha Tyagaha hi iti. So there is Tyagaha is equal to Tyagaha. Tyagaha is equal to sannyasa. Tyaga means to giving up. And now Bhagavan says Purusha Vyagra means a person who doesn't have any fear. Trividaha is equal to three prakaraha. There is a threefold, and which are the tamas adi prakarehi. Tyaga, now after 2 or 3 verses, Bhagavan will say to whom we can call Satvik Tyagaha, to whom we call Rajasa Tyagaha, to whom we call Tamasa Tyagaha. So it says Tyagaha threefold tamasadi prakarehi samprakirtitaha. The meaning of samprakirtitaha, Shankaracharya says Shastresu samyak kathitaha. It is spoken in Shastra very properly. Samyak prakirtitaha. That's why Tyagaha meaning is the same. After sannyasa or tyaga, no difference. People still are making mistake. This is sannyasi or this is tyagi. Tyagi and sannyasi both are one and same. And Shankaracharya says, Yasmat tamasadi bhedena tyaga sannyasa shabdavachya arthaha adhikrutasya karminyah anatmagnasya trividaha sambhavati. So all threefold of sattva, rajas, tamas, tyagaha is qualified by whom? So he says adhikrutasya karminah. A person who is a performer, he is adhikrutasya, he is a qualifier of karma, and this people is anatmagnasya. It is still doesn't have self-knowledge. For such person, consider as a qualified for karma. And tamas adi bhedena, this tyagaha or sannyasa, shabda both are the same. The meaning of tyaga and sannyasa, tyaga or threefold is for whom? So he says for only for anatmagnasya trividaha sambhavati. In threefold it is possible for ignorant people, not for gnani. Even sattva is also for anatmagna. Even we say satvik tyagaha. But even satvik tyagaha also is not for Atmagnani. It is for Karmani Adhikrita only. Sambhavati. And now he says na paramartha. So I have put whole line here because some line has gone inside. So again na paramartha darshinah. So this tyagaha is for all anatmagnasya na paramartha darshinah. A person who has self-knowledge, for such person there is a no sattva rajas tamas tyagaha. These all are for anadhikrutasya karminah, and this is anatmagna, not for paramartha darshina. Whenever darshina comes, it's called seer. Seer of what? Paramarthasya darshanam. One who has done the darshanam of paramartha, ultimate reality, one knows, are called paramartha. And why? He says, ayam artha durgnanah. Here the meaning of durgnanah is not wrong gnan, but durgnanah means dukkhena gnatam. It is very difficult to know. So say this ayam artha, the meaning of tyagaha durgnanah. It is very difficult to know. Tasmat, for that reason, atra, here asmin vishaye, tatvam na anyaha vaktum samartha. So there is no other people who can teach properly. Tasmat, for that reason, which reason? Durgnanena, because it is very difficult to know about tyagaha. Tat atra tatvam, the truth. Anyaha, other people, na vaktum, cannot explain, capable to explain. So there is a one sentence is over. Vaktum na samartha, who anyaha, other people cannot capable to explain. And tasmad, for that reason, listen from me. Nishchayam shrunu, no? So tasmad, nishchayam, my conclusion. So nishchayam paramartha shastra artha vishayam adyavayasayam aishwaram shrunu. So nishchayam shrunu, which is given in here nishchayam, again Shankaracharya is explained. The nishchayam shrunu means tasmat, it is very difficult to understand. That's why he says tasmat, for that reason, nishchayam, conclusion about what? Paramartha Shastra Artha Vishayam, the subject of the meaning of the scriptures of the ultimate truth. It is called Paramartha Shastrartha Vishayam. Adyavasaya, to ascertain this subject, and this conclusion is Aishwaram, is given to Ishvara, because everything belongs to Shastra. That's why it is Aishwaram. This Nishchayam, may you listen from me. So please listen. And now Bhagavan is going to tell one should not give him three karma. Then kaha punaha aso nishchayam shrunu iti ataha aha. So what is Bhagavan has given this conclusion? Kaha means what? Punaha means again. Aso means this. Nishchaya. What is this conclusion? Bhagavan says Nishchayam shrunu me. So what is that conclusion? Iti ataha aha. That's why Bhagavan has spoken this. So yagna dana tapak karmam natyajyam karyam evatat. Yagna dana tapascheva pavanani manishinam. On this verse, consider is highly quoted, often quoted, and it is very useful for everyone. So Bhagavan says, natyajyam, it should not be given up. Like I say, tyaktavyam, tyajyam, and tyajaniyam, all are the same. So should not give up. Which karma? The 1, 2 and 3. Yagna dana tapa. It is given sannyasi cannot supposed to do yagna. Fire ritual, sannyasi cannot able to perform. It is a taken vow. So here, for sannyasi, the meaning of yagna is puja. Because for yagna, wife is necessary. Person cannot sit alone, no wife, no husband. So yagna is gruhastha is necessary, and if sannyasa, he cannot supposed to do any yaga. He can give only after last that ritual, offer coconut inside the yagna. Only that much sannyasi can do. Danam, everybody should do. Tapaha, austerity, tapas. These three things, natyajyam, one should not give up. Why? Karyameva tat, that only is to be done. Why Bhagavan is giving so much emphasis? So he says three things: yagna dana tapaha cha eva manishinam pavanani. These three karmani are considered as a purifier. It purifies our mind. So manishinam are people who have some discrimination. For such people, they consider as a purifier. Pujya Swamiji used to tell us, he says, Gayatri, Om Bhurbhuva Suvaha, that Gayatri has to perform by each and every Grihastha, after taking initiation. But after taking sannyasa, no Gayatri. We cannot change that Gayatri. As Swamiji says, I have given sannyas diksha a person who is 75 years old. And he has taken Upanayanam at the age of 8. So from 8 to 75, so almost 69 years, he was just chanting Gayatri every day, 11 Japamala. So after sannyasa, he became restless. He says, I cannot sit or live without Gayatri. So he went back to Swamiji and he says, you give me something, otherwise what I will do? So Swamiji says, definitely I will do another Gayatri. For sannyasa, there is another Gayatri we have to do, but not this. So that's why these all things, Pavanani, this chanting, Danam, everything is used for our Chitta Shuddhi, Antakaran Shuddhi. And Shankaracharya is not given anything here. He says, Yagna Dana Tapaha. Says Yagna Dana Tapa iti etat trividham karma. This threefold karma, natyajyam, is equal to natyaktavyam. Like I says, to be done, natyaktavyam. And karyam only. So what is the meaning of karyam? It says karyam is equal to karaniyam. Karya, karaniyam and kartavyam, all three have same meaning, is to be done. Eva tata, kasmat means because yagna dana tapaha cha eva pavanani means vishuddhi karanani. They are the means for purification. Vishuddhi manishina. And Shankaracharya is given this adjective to whom we can call as a manishi. So he says phalan anabhisantina, who are not interested in result. Such people are called manishi. And they should perform yagna dana tapa for the chitta shuddhi. Pavanani manishina. And now in this chapter, Bhagavan will tell also, yagna also threefold. It already said, danam said, tapaha said, but now tyagaha, dhruti, shuchi, many, Bhagavan will take many and they will discuss topic, and he says all are threefolds. And now in 6th, Bhagavan says, etani api tu karmani Sangam tyaktva phalani cha kartavyani. Again he says, iti me partha nishchitam matam uttamam. Nishchitam shrunu. So say, this is only my conclusion. Etani tu karmani. Again yagna dana tapa. One has to perform. How? He says, sangam tyaktva phalani tyaktva. One has to perform this yagna, dana and tapa, these three karma, having given up any attachment. You know, who am I? I am doing this type of puja or this type. This sangam tyaktva, without any attachment, and phalani tyaktva, having given up the result. Whatever result come, I am not interested. Phalani tyaktva. And still, kartavyani iti. It is to be done only. Iti me partha matam uttamam shrunu. So I have heard one story. In this story based on sangam tyaktva phalani tyaktva. If we don't keep this sangam tyaktva and phalani tyaktva, then what can happen? So the story I have heard from one sadhu. He says another one sadhu, means sannyasi was there. So sannyasi was parivrajaka and he was moving from one village to another village. So one day he went in one village, somebody has given a gold coin, they called as a Suvarna Mahoram at that time. So somebody has given 2 to 3 gold coin. Sannyasi become very happy. He says, oh, this is very nice. So he kept this 2 gold coin with him. Again he went to another village. They have given another 3 gold coin. So he gathered some more gold coins and he thought, he sadhu, so he thought, if I have too much gold coin, so in next Kumbha, in Prayaga, I can do bhandara for all sadhus. So let me keep all this gold coin with me. So he has prepared one stick, like polo, hollow inside. So in that stick he used to keep here all these gold coins, and he just tied with some lid properly. And almost this was filled up. And still he was moving. And he went to another village and he asked the people, is any home where I can stay for one night? So he has given one place, there is one good person, he is taking care of sadhu. So he went there, and this hosts are very happy to see sannyasi. So he has given very nice food, puri, bhajia, everything. He has eaten everything, and now that host has started to press his feet of sannyasi. He says, let me, he was out of enjoyment, but while pressing the feet, his eyes went on this stick. He says that this Babaji is keeping this stick every time with him, and it is with some, one lid which can be open. So thought came in this host mind, let me check in night what is this inside this stick. And at that time, this poor sannyasi has eaten too much, he went sleep, sound sleep. And this host asked his wife, please bring that stick. They have opened. So lots of gold coins, and they become happy. They have taken all gold coins. And they have put pebbles inside the stick, small pebble. So same weight. So the next day, when sannyasi has got up and he checked his stick, it was very heavy. He says everything is safe. In meantime, this Kumbha in Prayaga come, and he went for Kumbha, this sannyasi, Prayaga. And he announced for all sadhus, I will give big dakshina. There is a very good food should be distributed by me. So he asked some sadhu from that Mathadipati. So he says, Babaji, you have all money? No, he says, no problem. I have everything. And they have this, the invitation went, and all they have starts, all cooking, sweet and everything. Last, That sadhu, one who is organizing everything, he says, Babaji, something we have to give this to who is preparing this. Cooks, you give something, we have to pay. He says, no problem. When he opens, the nothing comes, only that pebbles has come. And he's shocked. This sannyasi is shocked. And he says now, and this sadhu was starting, fighting with him. He says, I have invited all sadhus, what I will do? And sannyasi is just, he cannot speak anything. He says, what has happened? And that thought in his mind came, last night I slept to that host, he must have taken. And he was interested in phala also, and he was interested in sangam. Sangam means the attachment. Sannyasi has no option. He just jumped in Ganga, Prayaga, and he just finished his life. Because he can't do anything. And this host, he says, was very rich after gaining all gold coins. And after 9th or 10th months, one baby boy has born in his house. And again more income, and his whole family is very happy. So after age of 15 or 10 to 15, this boy became sick. Too much sick. They tried everyone, all doctors or Vaidya, but this boy is not, there is no any type of alignment. Then Veda says this is his last days. He cannot survive this boy. To survive this boy, he has used all his wealth, this host. And last time, then boy says, Daddy or Father, can you take me to Prayaga? I would like to go Prayaga. Father says, okay. Then he take to this boy to Prayaga. Then he says, please take me to this Sangama, all configuration of Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. So these parents took this boy up to Prayaga. Having reached there, boy laughs at parents. He says, you have taken all my gold coins, no? I am born in your family to take your all wealth. And he jumped inside the Ganga. He finished his life and he has taken everything from this host also. This is of sannyasi. Why? Because he is sangam with gold coins. Even there is a sattvic, I will do vandara and everything, but whatever, if you have sangha, it never give good result. That's why Bhagavan says, etani apitu karmani. Even this karma also, sangam tyaktva, phalani tyaktva, kartavyani iti. It is to be done, but only this condition, without any attachment, without any result. You just keep on doing. Iti me nishchitam matam uttamam. This is my great opinion or my conclusion. You have to keep on all activity like yagna dana without giving up. But only condition is no attachment, and no attachment with result of this action. Now Shankaracharya is written, but not that much. But this we'll see next. Anything? Any question?
Swamini what is the meaning of that one word? I didn't get. Phalan abhisandinam.
Phala anabhisandhi.
Anabhisandinam.
Without having anabhisandhi. Phala
Okay.
and anabhisandhi. Yeah.
And one more, you talked about Swamiji, who had said sannyasi should not chant Gayatri.
Yeah.
So, why is that? Is it like yajna, Gayatri?
Maybe, but this Om Tatsavitur Varanyam, sannyasi cannot supposed to chant. Because there are different Gayatri, no? Like Kartikeya Gayatri, Shiva Gayatri. Same sannyasi Gayatri is different.
Okay.
That we have to change. See, even while Puja Swamiji gives this mantra diksha, so before that, there is one priest used to sit with us because all ritual, that Viraja Homa, we have to perform, we need. But when Puja Swamiji is giving sannyas diksha, he requests this priest, please go out. Only sannyas.
Ah, okay.
Only sannyasi, this mantra diksha should be given, not for anything. It is a very, very good thing to take sannyasa, but nowadays, no, people without understanding, sometimes we felt taking sannyasa, and it is not at that mark, at that level. Sometimes. Because everybody is ready from their mind, it is very difficult.
Yes, practically, yes.
It is very difficult.
Especially if you're already like involved, you're a samsari,
Yeah.
you have a family, then you cannot, it is just not possible actually.
With
No?
family also, if you are totally given to, Grana Yoga, it's possible. Grihastha is best life compared to sannyasi because you have support system, no? One support
Exactly,
system.
yes.
For sannyasi, if they are not prepared and no support
Yes,
system, it can create havoc. But also,
yes.
they are, some support is there. All family members are there to support. So it's very nice. Sometimes we are emotionally disturbed somewhere, sometime, it's possible. At that time, people are there with with you. No, we are sitting, no problem. They say, feel comfortable. And sannyasi, they will ask, then why you have taken sannyas? Disturb. Why you have taken sannyas? They are become more disturbed. Like that. So it
And I
is,
think also Grihastha is great because it you have to address conflicts and issues with the relationships. It provides a great opportunity for us to grow,
yeah.
working with your spouse, children. Your ego slowly gets washed away if you're alert and willing to transform, then it
Then,
gives plenty of opportunity to do that.
Swamiji, when we're talking in this chapter, when you're talking about sannyasa and tyagaha, sarva karma phala tyaga.
That is
Sarvakarma.
the ultimate level where to reach.
No, and we're talking about non-doership. I think it will be good to have one discussion on, non-doership also. It'll be nice to hear from you
Yeah.
on, a lot of these things like from Tattva Bodha, who you are, and why, what is that, what is non-doership, why non-doership, that understanding that you are that consciousness. It'll be nice to have a little summary of that.
Even we can do also, but for to prepare ourselves for that non-doership, Bhagwan has given this karma yoga.
Yes.
In karma yoga also, whatever I perform, it is not I am performing for myself. I am doing for Ishvara only.
Ishvara.
So there is a no doership.
Yes.
Doing for Ishvara. It's doership, but still I am not for myself, not for
Yeah.
in whatever comes in my life, I will accept. So abhokta, so non-attachment. So I will
Yes.
accept as a prasadam. So this is the preparation to become ultimate akarta bhokta, non-doership.
Correct. Also, in a way, really the understanding of who you are is very essential for you to really become a non-doer.
Yeah.
Because yes, I mean you can. The simple way is to say I'm a karta. I mean Ishvara Arpana, and all phala is from Ishvara. Therefore, I accept it. That is a simple way. And for especially if you're a religious person, then that is very easy for you. But there are people who are more inclined to inquiry
Yeah.
as to why, how, what is that Ishvara? Why should I say Ishvara Arpana? The people can ask this question. So then, really, the understanding of who you are, that is very essential before even non-doership can take place.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's like a chicken and egg situation.
And that's why to understand, or we can understand our karma yoga thoroughly, Puja Swamiji has given that give that theory to understand Ishvara. For this order comes, no? That's why it's given to understand Ishvara in the form of orders, not something sitting somewhere and doing. So he's not sitting somewhere, he's everywhere in form
Yes,
of orders. That's why orders come, because some people who are very spectacle, rational, they are not ready
yes,
to make them understand.
correct.
So you cannot bypass Ishvara, because all our issues in our, unconscious without Ishvara doesn't go. Because Brahman doesn't have any problem, but we have problem as a human being, Jiva. So that
Correct.
problem can be go by Ishvara only.
Yeah. And that problem is because you don't understand that you are the witness consciousness plus the upadhi. And the upadhi is mithya. It's come about because of your karmas.
Yeah.
And so your buddhi, your manas mind will behave in the manner it has been conditioned for all the janmas, right? So many janmas you have lived, and it is conditioned. So you can distance yourself from that mind also, because what you are is witness consciousness, not the mind. So this is that is what I wanted to,
Yeah.
one small discussion, if possible, on that.
Definitely we will do. Yeah. Definitely. Any question?
Mataji, to understand this, what you like, we are the consciousness and mind. As long as what we say that the growth is the best, but to achieve that sarva karma phala tyaga, where is the sannyas? Why? Because unless you are away from attachments, in a grihastha, it is the attachment is inbuilt. Like it is very difficult to separate it out. Unless you have a attachment, I mean, not a non-attachment, detachment, then only it will start coming or understanding. Otherwise, it is only in the word. To really understand the detachment from a karma phala, it will be why the sannyas is there, because sannyasis start realizing it, yeah, it is there. But as far as the grihastha there, it is only talking in the words, okay, this is a karma phala tyaga. But inside, because that detachment is from inside, it's not from that word, okay, I detach and I don't mind to everything is happen. But yeah, let us understand. We will definitely discuss that also. Okay, why sannyas is better than grihastha? Because this detachment from the karma phala, I mean, it is a understanding quite deep actually.
It's very deep. Sannyasa is the ultimate ashrama. Consider is the best ashrama on all fours. But
Correct? Yeah.
but the responsibility of sannyasa, the too much there are responsibility. Same sannyasi has to face many problems, not like grihastha, but there are other problems. No, he's living in the world only. Still, how they have to face which type of he never give any reaction. The grihastha ashram always prepared the person.
Yeah, prepare the person.
Directly, never one should never take sannyasa. Sannyasa is, we can say, it is a totally life we have given for Ishvara or given for Shastra. Yeah. 100% we would like to dedicate or surrender our life. That's why sannyasa. But we like sannyasa also. We would like to have some self-knowledge also, and still we are allowed to remain in Grostha, no problem. You can have both. That's why Grostha ashram has, I can say it is a preparatory stage to become a sannyasi.
By first practicing non-reaction to
Yeah.
your spouse and children.
After
Yeah, no, really, I think that is where the whole battle is actually.
and after
Especially, because
that is
the
a battle
attachment
of,
that you have to your children, like what Mukesh Bhai is saying, it is a deep biological attachment, your children or yourself.
yeah,
It's the same genetic makeup that is come out. So it's kind of the selfish gene idea, right? Gene is selfish, so now yourself has expanded to include your children. Previously it was just you. Now the self is a bigger self, so the ego is even bigger. Your children, then it expands to grandchildren, so you are perennially attached.
yeah.
no,
And not to forget
simply,
our parents too.
simply put, you have expanded your samsara. You were single, and then you married, then you
Yep.
had kids,
Aham
grandkids.
vayam.
So you created your attachments. Now you have to, the process of maturity is to say that, okay, I created all this, let me, step back from
Yeah,
it.
no,
Isn't
but
it?
but
I mean,
Hemlata ji, the maturity is that you did not create this. Ishvara created it because Ishvara created you. So
yes,
who are you to create? Ishvara created you. You did not
that's
come
brilliant.
because you wanted to
So
come.
whatever comes now, if we can accept gracefully, then we can become
Yes.
more and more mature. But if we resist something, then we have to still need to polish ourselves.
Yeah, and Raviji, yes, if Ishvara created, then problem is solved. No, Ishvara created,
Yeah,
Ishvara will
correct.
take care.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah, it is not
Yes.
your problem. Your children's problem is not your problem.
Absolutely.
Your grandchildren's problem is also not your problem.
So that is
And-
when you are in the sannyasa, then also the problem when you realize that Ishvara has created and you are totally depend on Ishvara, that
Yes.
is the stage where everybody wanted to achieve, which is what Swamini ji has explained. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he understood who you are, I mean, who am I? The question was raised by at the level of Maharshi, Ramana Maharshi. That level, when we understand who am I, then we will also, this all will fall. Yeah, all attachment will fall. When at that level we ask, who am I? Not that I say, who am I? I am Mukesh Joshi. This is my wife, Jayshree. And then I say, who am I? Then, the level is.
No, so that is why I think before we finish this chapter, go back to one discussion really on what is consciousness and who you are.
Yeah.
So we hear from Swamini ji on that.
No,
One like
actually,
summary.
Hemlata ji, for
Yes.
verse 1866, that Sarva Dharman Parityaja, that verse, Shankaracharya has pages and pages and pages of Bhashyam, for that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
So, Swaminiji, like we have another Gita class, which we finished 18th chapter. That verse, Bhashyam alone, we spent several weeks of, just.
It is very long bhashya.
It is that Sarvakarma Sannyasa idea that Shankaracharya is discussing in that 1866. But when we finished the Gita chapter, we had a satsang with Swami Viditatmananda ji. It was just about 5-6 weeks ago. And we asked about this Bhashyam. It is so difficult to understand. Swamiji, how can we understand this? Swamiji said, you don't need to pay attention to that. For Grihasthas, Karma Yoga is the main thing. And he said, the verse, basically he said, don't worry about Sarva Karma Sannyasa. He said, focus on Karma Yoga. And he said, first verse from 6th chapter, Swaminiji, he highlighted that. He said, Anashrita Karma Palam, Karyam Karma Karoti Yaha, Sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na
Niragni.
niragnir na chakriya. So he said, you are as good as a sannyasi if you do this anashrita karma phala.
Even
So
if
basically, is he saying that first you have to do school, finish school before you go to PhD?
even in the 5th chapter, there is a third, fourth verse. Gneyasya nitya sannyasi yona dveshti na kankshati. One who doesn't have any, attachment, or one who doesn't have any hatred, considered as a nitya sannyasi. They considered a sannyasi.
See, where I'm coming from is without understanding very clearly Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. What is Nityam and what is Anityam? All of this, I mean, you can try to practice. It's not a matter of practice, right? You can try to tell yourself all the time, oh no, I should be this or I should be that. But with understanding, it becomes automatic. You naturally fall in line, right? So that clear understanding is what is needed. Really, what am I? I am not this anityam, body, mind, sense complex that I think I am. That certainty has to be there, isn't it?
So let me ask you this, Hemlata ji. How do you propose to get that understanding?
I'm asking Swamini ji to bring it all together. But
No,
really,
will that
Shastra is
help
talking
you?
about it.
Like suppose someone explains to you very clearly, now will you be enlightened?
No, so it has to become your own. You
how
have to
do
do
you do that?
mananam
That's
and
the thing, right?
nididhyasanam on that.
So
I would rather
understanding
do
is not
that
just
than do-
just
Sorry.
right. So
were you
I'm just asking you not because I know the answer. I'm
Yeah.
asking you.
No, but that is what I'm grappling with also, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you have to do. I want to do more and more mananam and nididhyasanam on that one specific thing, because that's the crux of the matter. And you need to understand. It should become like hastamalaka, like this one Shankaracharya ji says. It should ullangai nellikkani mari theriyanum. Sorry, that Tamil I said, but yeah, that is how you need to understand it. Then everything falls in place. Then you no longer attached to your own body, mind, sense complex. Leave aside your children and grandchildren and spouse. That is the important thing. Basically, the problem is the attachment to your ego, your body, mind, sense complex. To say, I am akarta, you have to know that you are not the karta. You are not the ego. The ego that keeps saying, aham, 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 that is not who you are. You are the witness consciousness. This has to be ingrained in you, isn't it? Till then, no enlightenment is possible. I mean, this is not possible. It is only in the book. You are reading it every day, but it won't become your reality.
But I also like this verse from Gita. What is that? So I mean, it's a swalpam apyasya dharmasya tarayate mahato bhayat. Right? Even this little bit understanding, it may not be perfect. Just the exposure to the teaching, exposure to Gita, and the aspiration to transform oneself is already paying dividends, and we are just not aware of that. So I always say, imagine a counterfactual situation, right? So imagine yourself not being exposed to Gita, not being exposed to any of these teaching. What kind of a person you would have been, right? Versus having been exposed to this teaching and having a sincere desire to practice karma yoga, right? You have so much growth that for some reason we overlook all of that. We want to achieve more. We want to achieve something more. And so in a way,
isn't that the ultimate goal of all this learning? What you're trying to do?
No, you should not have this goal, because this goal seeking means it is always going to be in the future. You're
Yes.
always striving. So as long as you are seeking, you will never find it.
Correct.
As long as you are seeking happiness, you will never be happy. You have to be happy here and now. Where I am, I am in the right path. I am perfectly contented. Nitya triptasya manava.
Correct.
Yeah.
100% agree. You've hit the nail on the head. But also practice. When you say you have to practice karma yoga is action, right?
No,
You keep telling yourself.
Yeah, don't take it very technical. If you go very technical, then again you get into this intellectual business, right? You should not be an intellectual activity. It should be a spontaneous thing, right? Sorry,
No, I'm
Swamiji,
saying
I don't mean to.
that requires mananam and nididhyasanam. Karma yoga is not something that you tell yourself every morning that I offer to Ishvara and I take whatever phala comes. You can keep telling yourself that. But you need to be convinced in your mind that
It will happen.
because
You don't need to tell yourself, it will happen.
I think the one is first silent your mind. Just silence. Only silence will inspire you. I think because once it is not the matter of mind to understand, I tell you. It is the one which will come in the mind as a spark or as a light. It cannot be argued upon, no. Because the mind is not this subject actually. It will enlighten in your consciousness what it is. It cannot be argued by the mind and say that this is this and this is not that. Because it is about the mind. Mind is a only instrument. It should be calm and then it will come. That's what it's supposed to be. Because it cannot be argued out and say that this is this. No. Because it is only as a spark or it's a light, and it will change you. It cannot be you say, I will practice. It will automatically change you and your karma. Spontaneous. I mean, it will only enlighten you. And you start doing it. It will not that I understand and I will do. I think opposite maybe. Because it is only in the silence. It will come as a spark to you and it will change you. That is what's supposed to be. I mean, that is what my understanding about this. It cannot be argued out or understand. It will be emerged from your soul because only soul is that knowledge, not mind. And only it is come once you are ready, it will just come as a spark and mind will follow. Mind is a follower. It cannot be from mind to soul. It is from the soul to mind. Maybe.
Yeah. So you are actually when you say you are the soul, you are that witness consciousness.
Means it will come in a silence, total silence, it will just come. But your mind cannot ask the soul, okay, this is this, no. I mean,
yes, and like the mind sleeps.
Yeah,
the mind goes to sleep when you go to sleep. Mind is not there. And you are still present. You are that witness consciousness, right? That silence. And when you're awake, the mind is still on, but you're still the witness consciousness. So, in spite of the mind, you can put the mind aside and still be a witness of it. So, all these things like practice or it's all about doing. And we are not talking about any doing here, it is knowing, right? And knowing comes from the fundamentals of it, the Tattva Bodha, which talks about Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka, that you are Nityam, that you are consciousness, and you are not the Anityam. That is fundamental. And from that, Vairagya will automatically follow, isn't it? With Viveka, Vairagya has to come. Vairagya means you are no longer ego and you are willing to give up. You've given up, in fact, everything. So all of it follows. So that fundamental understanding, that Mananam and Nididhyasanam is the key also. I mean, it's not action. It is, just, I don't know, differentiating.
Awareness, yeah.
Awareness, it's awareness. So that is why I felt in this chapter that discussion will be useful for us.
Yeah, we will do definitely. At some point, something we will discuss. Om
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.